Basketball fans, welcome back. So in this game, this is the first game Team Kenya played against Netherlands. The women started in day one, and let's just look at it because I didn't have a lot of expectations. I know I've released a video just talking about like my immediate reaction when I saw these games, but I just decided to take a deep dive, take a step back, just look at every possession, look at how we attacked this game and what went wrong in this game. So a lot of things I've seen through like covering basketball, especially looking at the 3x3 games. They having Medina, having Marianne and Mary Lisa there, that trio has just been sensational in all the 3x3s I've seen and I've covered is coming from Hammamet games, from the Algeria 3x3, and now this one. That trio has been the one that we have relied on majority of the time. Okay, they have added Diana in there, Diana Ocheng in there. I've not seen her play like that much, but having like this trio there, they have been great. But in this game, it was just a dud game. I saw this game and I was very disappointed. We lost this game brutally, and I just want to take a step back. Like I said, just look at this game, just look at every possession, look at what went wrong in this game, so that you can be able to like see what really happened. So the Netherlands, a team that is outside Africa. This is a team that is in Europe, and within Africa, we've been able to. Team Kenya has been able to especially the women's side, have been able to pull their weight on pretty easily. Now the big test is like matching up against a European team, a 3x3 team, and like see what we can do. But man, it was just so difficult to watch. I don't know what we just shut down in the Marianne. She just didn't look like the way she's been you were used to seeing her. So yeah, first point was just waiting for that possession, and you can see like the way that the Netherlands team just shot that ball from deep. It was crazy, and also later they were matched up against China. But we're gonna look at that. So get in there, number 10 just going in for the drive, and she made it, and it's a foul. I think it's a foul. He's gonna go to the line. And it's a fast possession. You can see just looking in there, just going in there and just feasting. And one thing I've seen, like we always all the time, just being beat by that quick step. I know defense is something that we need to work on as much as scoring. But you can see Medina, she was just caught lacking, and number 10 just had that quick step, and Medina. She have feet placement one there, and she just got beat by the quicker and much more polished guard, especially finishing them layups. And because she was not able to grab that ball and be able to contest that shot, it just ended up being a foul. You can even see in this angle, she's not able to reach it, and her positioning on her feet weren't the greatest, and just led to that. That tough basket, and the foul was drawn. And this was and this was the points that just let the lead balloon like that. And when I just saw this when we started, I was like, oh no, you're just going to be in for a very long game, because I've seen this a couple of times, especially when they're matching up against Egypt, Tunisia. They have such set plays. Medina, she's going in there and just hits the side of the backboard. This is something that I've seen when we match up against a team that is coming in and hitting those shots like that. It's just a difficult game. The only way we can win is through luck. If they miss those shots and we're able to make some shots on our own, that's the only time. You can see Medina, she scores it. Number 5 goes in for the Netherlands. She couldn't make it. And this funny thing is, this game didn't even end in regulation. We had 3 minutes left, and they just reached the 22-point mark very fast. You see Mary Lisa, she's going in there, and she just got blocked in that pass. And her passes just look so telegraphed and predictable You could see she was trying to, pass it to Marianne, who was just, moving there, but I mean that pass just got blocked, and it was just a steal and a turnover on our side. And number 10 tried to hit that quick spin, but Kenya is still recover it. You can see what you can do here. You can see Medina tries going there with her footwork, and she scores it. She has been a bit decent with her footwork, but majority of the time I've just seen it on and off. When she goes through that, spin like that on the back, and she's able to score that, but sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. But you can just see it was a clear mismatch. And the Netherlands, they have possession going for the 3, and they scored. And this was the moment where I just knew, when they just had hit their rhythm and they just started shooting that basketball. I just knew for a fact it was just about time. They're just gonna use that as their main weapon. I saw that even in the later game against China, which happened later. But the way I just saw the Netherlands team just come in and just do that, man, it was just difficult. Kenya, Mary Lisa, she has the ball. She has been great, but this game she wasn't. And Dana, she goes in there, does it no good. And the Netherlands team have the ball. And that was a nice rebound. Let's see what you can do with that, because man, we just need a basket. Medina, she tries to go in there, her footwork, she just goes to that. I've seen, like, she has a tendency to go to that move, and offensively she's pretty good, especially when she's sizing up them smaller guards who are trying to, or even smaller bigs who are trying to go at her. You can see a 3 hit there, and I mean, this was the shots that were just destroying us, and number 10 was not missing, and they shot a lot of threes, and Kenya didn't even make a single 3, and it was sad. It was truly sad. Medina, she just slid there and she just fell. I don't know what happened, and you can see, like, good footwork, not present. Not present there in this case. She has tried to go to that move. She went to that a couple of possessions ago, but it wasn't good, and she just tripped. I don't know. Having that huge frame and just falling down like that really, and trying to get up really just can wear on someone like that. And Netherlands again going in, and they're not missing any 3. Number 44 hits that, and the lead just ballooned to 6 points, and it's just a matter of time they went double digits. And at this point, when I saw this scoreline, it just looked so respectable. It looked like it's a 5-point spread. It looked like the game was at hand. We just needed a good run, but it was difficult. And Kenya just trying to go in. Marianne, she scored it. I don't think they counted that. But man, it just became difficult. That nice, walking inside. Number 10 was just out of place there, but the ball was not good. The Netherlands just going in there and just throwing the ball from deep. It's something I saw. It was just a bit draining, especially looking at how we were attacking the ball game. And when Marianne sat, and we had 2 guards and Medina at the center position, it just became difficult. And all they just needed to do, if Marianne wasn't there, was just make sure to guard Medina as hard as they can, and let Mary Lisa and Diana shoot the basketball. And it just became difficult. See number 11, she tries to go in, and it just became like I don't know, like it was just a tough game. And look at that easy, I mean, look at that easy shot. I mean, the Netherlands were literally just toying with us at this point. They were just toying us at this point. Like, what is this? Okay, honestly, if you ask me, what can we do here? How can you defend that? I mean, they're just doing some some crazy things out there. You see Marilisa and Diana just collide. I mean, there's just some miscommunication on there, and this is something that shouldn't happen. Should not happen at all. And it's still a 6 point spread. Diana, she goes to the bench, and we have our lineup of Medina, Marianne, and Marilisa. This lineup has been great. It's just that we have not seen like them being great, especially in this first game. And at this point, the lead just kept ballooning. The Netherlands team were not letting up, and they just were just letting it fly from deep. You can see number 5 from the Netherlands hits that shot from downtown, and man, I mean, Medina just misses that. Those are the shots that we needed to make. See, nice. She faked that, but there was just too much power on that shot, and she missed it. And the Netherlands, nice fake and nice layup, but it didn't go through. Let's see what we can do here. You can see there are a couple of options in there, and it just became much more difficult. And just like that, that's when you know like this game was just out of reach. 6 minutes left, 6:48 left. Netherlands 11, Kenya 3, and they're just letting it fly from deep, and they're not even afraid to shoot it from deep. Medina, she goes in there, she makes that. I mean, number 10, I mean, this was the layup that was just out of this world. I looked at that and I was like, and those threes, and it just had a nice shooting stroke. I mean, I'm just seeing us getting, I just saw us getting beat by fundamental basketball, and that's one thing that we have kind of lacked through through like us playing. You see, like that shot wasn't going to go through. I mean, Medina. These are the types of shots that they're just going on easily, especially in the Nations League. But this time, I mean, that defense being put there, the ball just goes out. It just hits it just hits the front iron, which is going in there. The Netherlands going in there for 3. Number 4 follows it up, makes it, and they're just up 8, and they were just getting hounded. Medina, she goes in, she tries to muscle in there. Marianne, I mean, the turnover, it's a walk. I mean, you just had to take care of the basketball. Like this is something that shouldn't happen at all. And I was just looking at a situation where like we were just not in the game. Number 44, look at that pass. Like they just knew what to do. Number 4 just saw that nice cut from number 44 and just goes in, and she scores it. And somewhat you could just see we're just playing some freestyle basketball in there, and they're just quick to recover on those possessions. They're just quick in recovering on those possessions, and when Marianne started, it just became much more difficult. As you can see, Diana, she tries in there, it's a turnover, but Medina recovers it. We needed a shot, but no one's gonna take that shot because we want a high percentage shot, but those layups just missed. And Medina is just doing all the work in there. She had 5 points in this game. She had like a lot of, not even 5 points. She scored like she scored like 4 points in there. But man, it was just this game ended like it was such an embarrassing scoreline. And the funny thing is, we only have like 2 to 3 minutes left because this game ended with Kenya winning. Not Kenya winning. Netherlands winning, with Kenya still having some time in regulation. That was a nice pass in there. And this is something that we just don't know how to defend. Look at those not paying attention to like the basketball, and just ball watching. So you can see Medina, her defense is somewhat questionable. Her offense, I can grade it like she's just above average, slightly above average, but her defense, she doesn't know how to defend well, and going in for the block a lot of times, and getting and fouling. So that's one thing that I've seen, even from like even 5-on-5 basketball. That's one thing that's become evident. And those passes are some things that you just can't even defend at all. You just can't do it. And Netherlands up double digits, 15 Netherlands, 4 Kenya. And this is a point where I just knew we're just gonna lose this game. And a rebound in there. The Netherlands look for another 3. They make it. I mean, their shooting stroke has just been exemplary. 17 Netherlands, 4 Kenya. They're up 13 points. I mean, they're up 13. What else can you do? I mean, what else can you do? There's nothing you can do at this point to be able to, like, save this ball game. We missed all the layups. You're just going for them second chance points, at least Mary Lisa. And this was the last points that we scored. And we're just stuck at the 5-point mark. And this is the second time I'm seeing Mary Lisa's, she's trying to, score in there. And you can see Diana, her pass gets blocked. Number 4 goes in for the quick layup. She scores it. Mary Lisa, the ball just went to her hand. It was just too hard and she couldn't hold it. 18 Netherlands, Kenya 5. And Netherlands have like 4 fouls. So this game was just done and dusted at this point. There was nothing that we could do to stop it. Number 44 goes into for the 3. She couldn't make it. And Kenya going in there, we're just trying to fight. And it just became progressively difficult because there was no way. We didn't have like good defense to be able to like stop like those nice passes that they had, and it just ended up just being that type of game. Number 44 with that nice cut. 19 Netherlands, Kenya 5. Dana tries to go in and they both just fall down hard. This is I don't want to say the most embarrassing, but because I already covered a more embarrassing 3x3 last year in the in the 3x3 games in Romania. Those are just embarrassing. This one, man, it's just this is one of those performances that you see that you're just being taken to school easily. That was a nice reverse layup from number 10, and they have been doing like like those plays that just take us to school. When a team just gets comfortable taking such shots and making those types of layups, that's when like there's nothing you can do at that point. And you miss those layups like that, the layups that you need to make, and you miss them, it's game over. And the scoreline doesn't even lie because they only have like a possession. They need to hit a 3 or like hit like 2 and make like 2 1-point shots, and they're just through. But looking at the way Kenya just played, it just looked like so frazzled in there, and the Netherlands were just really toying. I didn't even think that they used a lot of energy there. You can see that nice float up from number 5, and this game was just done and dusted. We were down 15, they're up 15. They're just putting some solid defense in there, just playing some fundamental basketball, and there's just nothing we could do at that point. Even with them, like having all that skill and all of that power and having the ability to score that ball, we just couldn't stop it. Number 5, she goes in, and this is the shot that ices the game with 3:33 left. We didn't finish regulation, and they just iced it. And when I just saw that shot go in, I just knew. They just knew what play to set up. Number 10 when they go for the 3. Number 5 just found an open space and some open daylight, and they just scored. But looking at the way we played, and they're looking at the way we play some defense. You could see number 10. She was at the perimeter. She was not going to shoot that three, and you can see the distance between Diana and the defender. So they're looking at the ball, and that screen set blocking Medina like that, and Marianne was just too late to get to that three. And by the time she was getting there, the ball was already released, and she already hit her peak, and this game ended Netherlands 22, Kenya 5. I mean, one of the most embarrassing games I've seen in recent times, especially for Team Kenya. Like, they've had like embarrassing games, especially in the last year's 3x3 against Romania. That was embarrassing, and they've tried to rectify and like fix that type of situation from happening. But this one was no different from that one. This one was something that I never expected to happen. I was expecting them at least to make the game close. I would have preferred if they tried to make the game close, but the way they played, they just got outclassed and outmatched, and they didn't even know what shots they needed to take to be able to win the basketball game. Their shot selection was the poorest. They missed some wide open layups. They never knew how to draw fouls. Something that you might thought a coach would have taught them. And it's not like it's not like they don't know this. They know how to play 3x3 like that, and they've played in those big stages. They played in Africa. They've played in foreign land. But when it comes to improving and adding some tweaks to make sure that they are able to play like that, play well, and play winning basketball, especially in 3x3, they just fail. And I just blame the coach. I blame the team managers for not knowing any better to be able to make sure to put these players in the best position and knowing what mentality to have. Because one thing I saw evident was the inability of players to adapt, and it's coming from the coaching philosophy and the team managers who are there. This is something that is really concerning. I've seen that the coaches have a complacent mindset. They feel like the success coming from the Algeria 3x3 will still ripple over to this FIBA Under-23 3x3. They think that's how they think, and you're not entitled to success, so you have to work for it. And these are the games that brutally bring us back down to reality. I don't know if they review the footage for this game, because I'm pretty sure they don't, and I'm pretty sure they're going to watch this game anyway and watch my review on what I see and on what I say things. At this point, this just leaves a lot to be desired, especially when it comes to our coaching staff and the quality of plays that our players have, because I'm not sure we are that confident in our abilities, especially when we match up against teams that are from outside our continent. Because when other teams are constantly sharpening their edge, making sure that they're better, we're just lagging behind and don't even know what we need to do. And it comes back to bite us, and this is the reason as to why you're seeing this scoreline on on the screen right now: 22 Netherlands, Kenya 5. So teams that want to improve and want to iterate things, they know that they have to switch up in their mentality and how they look at things. So this is a majority of the time, it's a mental thing, and I've seen they don't know how to get to that level. They're able to look at the game and be able to prepare mentally, because physically you can prepare, you can train all you want, but mental toughness and mental preparation is something that this team lacks. And even lack of skill to play teams like this. You can have skill, but you don't have the skill to win and play teams that know how to play basketball. And the Netherlands team was just toying with us a lot. So yeah, man, if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think. I mean, this was fun. I had some fun looking at this, and I'll be dropping a Kenya versus China game, so stay tuned to that. And I'm out. Peace.